Hello, boys and girls. Here we are again in our virtual learning mode. It's snowing outside and it's really coming down. And today I am going to teach you how to tell time to the hour. So this will be the first of several lessons, and you'll have some things to practice on Mobi Max that will go along with these lessons. So today we're going to take a look at analog time. I've got two kinds of clocks here. This clock is analog, and it has hands, that's what we read on the clock face to tell the time are these hands, and we'll talk more about that in just a minute. This is digital time. This is what our cell phones read, and this is like a little alarm clock. So you look around your house and see what kind of clocks you have in your house. Do you have any that tell analog time where mom and dad have to read the hands, or is it mainly digital time that's in your clock, on your microwave, on your stove, on your cell phones, on your remotes, like on your TV? If you're reading the schedule on the TV, that's digital time. Most of our world is in digital time, so it's almost like analog time is an uncommon thing. But I'm going to start today teaching you how to read analog clocks, and you're going to actually make your own clock today. And that's what I'm going to start with. We're just going to jump right in and make a paper plate clock that we can play and tell time with. So I have a small paper plate. You can use a big one. You can get mom and dad to help you with this. But any size plate will do. If you look at this clock here, there are what's called Roman numerals around the edge of the clock. We're just going to use numbers, not Roman numerals. So you'll need to start. There are 12 hours on the clock. So we're going to start right in, this is a Thanksgiving plate. We're going to start right in the top center of your plate, and I'm going to write the number 12. You need to write it where you can see it. And then we're just going to work our way around the clock till we get all 12 hours on there. Now, I'm going to kind of skip around because there's 4 quadrants on the clock. Over here, if I go a quarter way around the plate, I'm going to write a 3. So in between 12 and 3 will be the numbers 1 and 2. And you want to try to evenly space them. That looks like I didn't do a very good job between the 12 and the 1, but that's okay. Now from the 3, I'm going to turn another quarter and put the 6 right below the 12. So underneath the 12, I'm going to write a 6, and then I'm going to fill in between 3 and 6 with the numbers 4 and 5. And then I'm going to go a quarter away around, and this one's going to be right across from the 3. I'm going to write a 9. So then in between 6 and 9, I'm going to put 7 and 8. I'm trying to figure out how I want to write it. 1, 2, 3, 4. I really should have wrote the 4 and the 5 where we could read it. Now, so there's 7 and 8, and then between 9 and 12, we're going to put 10 and 11. Okay, so there's all our 12 hours around the clock. Then right in the center, I'm going to punch a little hole using the scissors. This is where you'll need somebody bigger to help you. I'm just going to twist, twist, twist. Ow, and be careful poking that hole. Now, there's two different materials that I had at home to make my hands of my clock. There's a long hand and a short hand. One tells the hour and one tells the minutes. But we're just focusing on today telling time to the hour. So I had some straws and I had some pipe cleaners. So I'm going to show you how to do it with both things. Hopefully you've got these items at home. If not, you'll have to find something that you could use to make those hands. Now this straw has the bendy part, and that makes it kind of easy. So I'm just cutting through into my straw, just making some little strips, and this will hopefully keep it locked in place behind the plate. So I'm just cutting two. Hello, possum. My nosy kitty getting into the video action here. All right, so I'm gonna stuff my straw. Possum, move. Stuff my straw through to the bendy part, and then from the back side, if you can see where I split the paper plate, you can tape that and then bend it up, and I'm going to trim off my straw. This is going to be my minute hand, so it's the longest hand, and that's going to, once I take that back there, I hope that's going to stay put on my 12, because my minutes are going to be 0 minutes. I'm starting at the top of the hour, so I'm gonna tape that from the back side and just tape it down where the minute hand stays on the 12. Now, if I was using my pipe cleaner, my hole's getting a little big now, but it's okay. Step my pipe cleaner through, and again, I'm just gonna bend it up to where it stays put there. I'm gonna trim off some of the extra pipe cleaner and keep it with that hand at the 12. I'm gonna tape it from behind and leave it pointing, the minute hand is gonna be pointing to the 12, okay? So now let's talk about the hour hand. The hour hand is gonna be the short hand of the clock. So you can see on this analog clock that this little short hand here tells the hour, and this longer hand tells the minutes. And there's a way to remember that if you'll think about all the letters that are in the word minute. M-I-N-U-T-E has 6 letters, so that's the longest word, minute, so it's the long hand. An hour only has H-O-U-R, 4 letters, so that's the short word. So that's the short hand, the hour hand. So I stuck my pipe cleaner back through here, and it's going to be my short hand. So I'm clipping off, taking my scissors and cutting the extra there. I'm going to bend it so it will stay put. You do the same thing with your straw. Okay, so my minute hand is going to stay put on the 12. That is 0 minutes. And then I can move my hour hand to any number on the clock and read that time as the hour. So there, the hour hand is pointing to the 2, so the time is 2 o'clock. Now, that could be 2 o'clock a.m., which would be the time you are sleeping, or it could be 2 o'clock p.m., and that would be the afternoon. That's when we usually take a nap. So if I move my hour hand down to this number, the time is 5 o'clock. So that could be 5 o'clock a.m., which would be very, very early. Miss Bicey is awake at 5 o'clock in the morning. You are probably sleeping. Or it could be 5 o'clock p.m., and that's about the time we eat supper. Or it might be the time that mom or dad's getting off work, picking you up from daycare or grandma or wherever, and you might be heading home at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. It might be the time that some of you are even starting your virtual learning. Oh, that makes for a long day, doesn't it? So we can move this hour hand to point to any of these numbers, and that's how I read the time. That's 10 o'clock. Could be 10 o'clock a.m., could be 10 o'clock p.m. If it's 10 o'clock a.m., we are at school doing, that might be the time that I'm working with a couple of students back in my area, and you're working on something at your desk. Or if it's 10 o'clock p.m., that's the time I'm definitely in bed sleeping, and I hope you are in bed sleeping if it's 10 o'clock p.m. So we're just practicing today, telling time to the hour. I know I've talked a lot about a.m. and p.m. Don't worry about that. We'll talk about that later. But just turn your hour hand to any number on the clock and read the hour. So again, this is the minute hand, the long word with lots of letters that tells the minutes. This is 0 minutes, 0 minutes. We say o'clock when we're pointing our hour hand, the short word, to any number on our clock. So we say 11 o'clock. The hour is 11. Down here, it's 4 o'clock. The hour hand is pointing to the 4. So play around with your clock today and just practice telling time to the hour. Thanks for watching, guys. Do your MobyMax activity to go along with telling time to the hour. Bye, guys.